A hum of excitement had been building, like a crescendo, vibrating through the streets of Barcelona and echoing across continents. Supporters, young and old, had been counting down the days until they could once again feel the electric charge of a live Barca match. In the midst of this electric buzz, one new arrival promised to shine brighter than the midday sun: Marcus Rashford. Just days before the opening whistle was due to blow, whispers turned into roars when Barcelona's medical team gave Rashford the all-clear to participate in the first pre-season match on Japanese soil. Imagine the scene: the forward stepping onto the turf, the roar of tens of thousands swelling in his ears as his name lit up on the electronic board. But that vision was only a heartbeat away. Soon enough, the club themselves confirmed what everyone already suspected. Rashford was officially donning the Blaugrana shirt. Cameras flashed, social media erupted, and fans envisioned that first touch, that inaugural sprint, that fleeting moment when a new chapter would begin. Yet, just as the plot seemed straightforward, a hero's arrival to herald a triumphant tour, the narrative took an abrupt swerve that no one saw coming. And then, with the weight of a thunderclap, the announcement arrived. Barcelona would no longer be travelling to Japan this summer. Official communiques poured in through the club's various channels. Tweets, press releases, and the website all bore the same stark message: the tour was suspended. Social media timelines froze as fans scrolled in disbelief. How could a plan so meticulously crafted unravel in an instant? The answer lay hidden in pages of fine print. A serious breach of contract by the promoter organising the jaunt. Suddenly, the dream of seeing Messi's successor weave through defenders under the neon lights of Tokyo stadiums dissolved like morning mist. Behind the scenes, legal teams pored over clauses, negotiators weighed liability, and club executives braced for fallout. While the public saw the abrupt cancellation, the inner workings resembled a complex chess match, each move carrying high stakes. But the real drama, how this breach would reshape the summer, was only just beginning. Japanese supporters had already painted their faces, rehearsed chants in unison, and booked flights, only to have their hopes dashed. Imagine a sea of Barca pennants fluttering in Osaka's summer breeze, then vanishing without a trace. Local community centres that had planned festivals to coincide with the team's arrival were left scrambling. Sponsors faced contractual penalties. And grassroots fan groups felt a sharp sting of betrayal. In response, Barcelona's president released a heartfelt apology. They regretted the disappointment and acknowledged the impact on loyal fans who had counted on this opportunity. Yet apologies, while sincere, cannot fully replace the crackle of anticipation or the warmth of shared camaraderie under the stadium lights. As the club promised to explore alternative avenues, Japan's Blaugrana faithful were left suspended in limbo, asking themselves, what comes next? But all was not lost in the Far East. Though Japan's stage had dimmed, whispers surfaced that the South Korean leg of the tour might still see the light of day. Barcelona officials quietly confirmed that, should the promoter rectify its missteps, meeting specific contractual conditions, the Seoul dates could be resurrected. It was a slender thread of hope, but a thread nonetheless. Imagine the skyline of downtown Seoul at dusk, the Han River shimmering below, and Barca's players emerging onto the pitch amid a roar that could shake skyscrapers. Yet such visions hinged on complex negotiations, venue availability, travel logistics, and ensuring medical and training facilities met the club's stringent standards. The ticking clock of summer loomed large, and every hour spent in talks was an hour borrowed from proper preparation. Could this precarious plan hold together long enough to take shape, or would it too unravel at the last moment? The suspense hung in the air, thicker than humid summer fog, leaving everyone eager and anxious for clarity. As if on cue, the Joan Gamper Trophy game against Como was scheduled for August 10th, a date circled in crimson on every calendar. Traditionally, the curtain raiser for Barcelona's campaign, the Gamper match is more than a friendly. It's a ritual, a showcase of identity, and a critical rehearsal before the season's symphony unfolds. With that fixture looming, there was no room for delay. Any pre-season engagements, be they in Seoul or elsewhere, needed finalisation weeks in advance to allow for travel, recovery, and tactical drills. Imagine coaches mapping out formations on whiteboards while players count down training sessions, all against the metronome of time. If the promotional hiccup in Japan had taught them anything, it was that meticulous planning cannot be sacrificed. Yet here they were, on the knife edge between ambition and upheaval. Racing against the calendar to stitch together a coherent pre-season narrative. Would they manage to hit all the notes before the opening chord of the competitive season? Beyond the roar of excited stadiums and the glow of international spotlights lies the cold arithmetic of finance and reputation. The cancellation meant not only lost ticket sales, but also potential erosion of broadcast revenues and sponsorship deliverables. Conversely, pursuing legal remedies against the promoter could accrue additional costs and distract from the team's primary focus, winning on the pitch. Meanwhile, global perception hung in the balance. Barcelona's brand is built on reliability and excellence, and any hint of organisational misstep can erode decades of goodwill. Fans in distant markets watch closely, some with patience waning, others ready to switch allegiances at the first misstep. As executives weigh these factors, they must balance immediate financial interests against the long-term loyalty of a global fan base. It's a delicate dance, where each misstep can echo louder than the last. So, which tune will Barcelona choose to play? As August approaches, the world holds its breath. Will Barcelona resolve the promoter fiasco in time to dazzle South Korean crowds? Or will the pre-season calendar remain in disarray? Will Marcus Rashford finally make that much-anticipated debut under the neon glow of an Asian stadium? And perhaps most pressing, can the club reaffirm its promise to fans everywhere that the Blaugrana spirit is unshakable? One thing is certain. Every update will be scrutinised, every announcement dissected, and every decision weighed against the roar of millions. The summer drama is far from over, and the next twist could arrive without warning. Stay tuned, because the season's first whistle is just around the corner, and Barcelona's story is set to resume in spectacular fashion.